Now, the other aspect of this, Mike, that's like maybe holding this up as I go down football world at least is like, well, hey, Rodgers, you want your friends, right? Okay, cool. But can you give us a little time here to try to figure out to maybe trade a Corey Davis or make some other roster moves here to clear it out for you and your friends? That's the other thing out there. Yeah, Alan Lazard signed, right? But Randall Cobb, maybe an Odell Beckham. Then you also hear about Mercedes Lewis, the guy Rodgers talked about at the top of the show. So is that could be a possibility there. These are not like areas of desperate need for the New York Jets, right? I would think now that Alan Lazard is there, that makes Corey Davis expendable and that he would be traded, or I don't know if they can't find a trade partner released. Tight end is not a need for the Jets, kind of strong, right? There's no issue there. So that's part of the wrinkle too, But I have had a lot of people ask me, Mike, like, do the Jets really need the receiver or whatever? I do think they can benefit from a guy like Alan Lazard and Randall Cobb. We've talked about it. They're young and immature at that position. We loved Garrett Wilson and being with him at the Super Bowl. Awesome guy, right? But him and Elijah Moore, they had a few moments of immaturity in front of the microphone last year. We're somewhat of a distraction. Now you got, some older veteran guys in here that kind of show you how things work and, of course, show you how the things Rodgers works. But, just some other things.
But that's not why they want him.
No,
Chris,
I know
they
it's not.
wouldn't be giving a second look at Randall Cobb or Mercedes Lewis if they weren't trying to get Aaron Rodgers.
But Mike,
it's a way to help justify surrendering control of your team to one guy. But
Mike,
they wouldn't give two
yelling
shits
at me?
about these guys.
I'm not. I know.
No, I'm just because that narrative's already starting to percolate, and it's like an alternative reality. This is all about being friends and family members of Aaron Rodgers.
Well,
that's all it is.
No, of course it is. Of course it is. But you also got to look at it and go, wait, is there really realistic value here in some of that? No, Randall Cobb, he'd be I wouldn't want him going over the middle for me if I was playing quarterback. No doubt about it. Hey, yeah, fifth receiver, maybe come in if somebody gets hurt, whatever. You're right. Nothing there. Lazard has real value. There's no doubt about that. Corey Davis, Jets fans would agree, has underperformed. I think he's gotten a little stuck in that bubble of the pressure and the money and, had a drop in a moment here and there. And it's like Evan Ingram with the Giants where the New York fan base is kind of on him that way. So there is value with Alan Lazard. But, yeah, you're right. The other ones, there's no tangible, whoa, this is an improvement on the field. But just that doesn't mean there isn't still going to be value when they get there that they can help out in some ways. That's all I was trying to say before you yelled at me like a jerk on a Wednesday morning.
I didn't yell at you. Oh, come on. You will know when I yell at you.
Yeah, we
you
know.
will be fully aware
we know.
of yelling. It was just last Wednesday. I can't remember what it was about. Isn't that funny?
I know.
It was about Lamar Jackson. Oh, and he's on the rundown for later in the show. So maybe
good.
We'll hear some yelling
Good.
for the second straight Wednesday. I really do wonder though. And look, this is a $1 billion organization. And they have made their decision. They've cast their lot. They're selling their soul. They want Aaron Rodgers. They are surrendering control of the team to this guy. They really are. They're making him the de facto GM. They're doing all the things that the Packers wouldn't do.
Right.
That's one of the things that drove the wedge between him and Green Bay. Their attitude toward him from the front office was, you just work here. Sit down and shut up. It's softened a little bit, and I think a lot of it too. And I remember this conversation during the 2021 season when Odell Beckham Jr. became available, and it was obvious to us, Chris, that the Packers really weren't interested.
Right.
They were interested in making Aaron Rodgers believe they were interested. They wanted to be able to say, hey, Aaron, we tried, but he just chose the Rams. But when you looked at the offer, it was pathetic.
Yeah.
It wasn't calculated to get Odell Beckham Jr. to accept. They didn't mobilize the organization the way the Rams did. But I remember Rodgers talking about it in front of his locker, I think, after it all happened. And his attitude was, well, we talked about it and they tried. I don't have a problem with it.
Right.
But I mention OBJ because he's another one.
Yeah.
Reportedly on the Aaron Rodgers wish list. And they were there last week when Beckham had his workout in Arizona for any interested teams. So he's another one. And at a certain point, if you're currently on the Jets and you hear all these names and you remember there's only 53 jobs. Like, for every guy that arrives, somebody who's here has to go.
Yeah, I know.
And it's going to reach a critical mass where some of these guys are going to get nervous. Like Corey Davis may end up being part of the trade package to Green Bay.
Yeah,
They may not have to trade him anywhere else. He may already be penciled in as one of the guys making the move to Green Bay to fill the spot created by the arrival of Allen Lazard if and when he signs the contract after 4 p.m. Eastern today. And it's important to remember that, too. Lazard's not bound by anything. Like, if Rodgers goes on McAfee's show today and says, you know what, I've slept about it, I slept on it, I slept in a dark room last night, I took some ayahuasca, whatever, and I've decided I'm just going to retire, I have a feeling Allen Lazard's not signing that contract after 4 p.m. Eastern today.
I mean, I would think so. I would, but again, that's ifs, and it seems like all signs are pointing towards Rodgers there. Now, the Corey Davis thing you talked about, I wouldn't be shocked if he's part of that package. If you remember last year, speaking about the Jets fan base and all of that and the uneasiness, there was a lot of rumors about him maybe being traded to the Packers last year. So I would think he's on their radar, and he certainly would be good for a guy like Jordan Love and kind of, restart himself after, negativity, I guess is what you want to say here with the New York Jets. But, the OBJ conversation, that's a different one there. That really is. The price tag, sure, looked physically good, but, of course, a huge personality. Not only does Rodgers chase the locker room, but, of course, OBJ would, right? There'd be the pressure of OBJ getting the ball, with Garrett Wilson and Elijah Moore and Lazard and all that. I don't know. I don't see that part happening. I can see them maybe trying to figure it out, talk to OBJ, but that's one where between OBJ's status health-wise, not knowing that, the price tag we've heard, and, man, you're also getting Aaron Rodgers. I just don't think the OBJ thing's going to happen.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.